If you're looking to pick yourself up some coins for FUT 21, then make sure to click my link in the description, go to U7Buy, and make sure you use my code Birdie at checkout to get 5% off of your order. Hey guys, it's Scott here, and welcome to my first player review for FIFA 21. I really hope you enjoy this, but if there is anything that you would like to see changed for my reviews for this FIFA, then let me know in the comments section down below. If you haven't watched any of mine before, then basically we do a brief overview of the card, and then we go in depth into each of his attributes to show you what I think. And then at the end, we have an overall review as well as some recommendations for the card. So if you enjoy it, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe if you want to see this, as well as daily live streams and videos for FIFA 21. And we're going to get straight into this. Allan Saint-Maximin is who we're starting off with. Insane stats, 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, coming in at about 50,000 coins. And he is hyped up, to say the least. So we're going to get into it with him and show you exactly what he is all about. This year, his stats are looking pretty good, and we are going to be testing him out at striker in this team. I'm going to changing him to 4-2-3-1 up front to show you a bit of a range of his passing, his goal scoring, his dribbling, and everything in between. So, without further ado, shall we get into the first review of the year? So what kind of card are you getting if you buy this Saint-Maximin? Well, he's obviously got great pace, he's got incredible dribbling stats with 5-star skill moves, which means that he can have a lot of fun with this card. 4-star weak foot means that shooting and passing are pretty good with him if you've got the kind of correct chem stars on that you need. And he's obviously a Premier League French left-sided player. So he is a little bit expensive. However, you're going to see in the deep dive that we're about to do that a lot of his attributes are actually very good, especially for the start of the year when people are struggling to defend skill moves. So, physical and pace are up first. And as I said before, very quick. His sprint speed is fantastic. His acceleration and agility are very good, so it means that he can get away from defenders very well, and you're going to have a hard time catching up with this guy if he is playing against you. In terms of his physical attributes, his stamina isn't the best, so if you use him as a striker, it's okay. But one thing to be noted is if you use R1 or RB dribbling, the agile dribbling, that uses his stamina. So watch out on that because it is a little low. And then obviously he's a bit frail and weak, so he doesn't have the high aggression or strength. But this guy is rapid, as you can see in the clips in the background. It's very hard to catch him if he gets away from a defender. Next up, we've got his shooting. Now, it's somehow amazing. I applied a chemistry style to him, which I will show you at the end. I applied the finisher chem style on him, which puts his finishing up to 82, which is still not insanely high. However, this guy finished a lot of opportunities. Obviously, he is two-footed because he's got a 4-star weak foot, so that really helps him out with his finishing. And he also can create space very easily for himself because of how good his dribbling is. So it means that he can basically send a defender to the shops and then just tap it in past the goalkeeper if need be. He also has amazing shot power. Now, I would advise going for LT or L2 shots because they are power shots and they are doing very good across goal. You're going to see a lot of them in this sort of clip highlight montage that I created from Saint-Maximin. And this was in about 5 games that we played with him. One of them, we scored a lot of goals and you'll see a lot of those. The one thing that I would say, a downside, is that he does require a chem style, okay? So that's why I'm not going to give him a 9 or 10 out of 10 in terms of his shooting, because even though it was very good and some of the goals he scored were fantastic, without that chem style, he's going to struggle. And because he's got flair, you can score some Rabonas and stuff like that. But then, this is the culmination of Saint-Maximin. Incredible dribbling, beautiful 5-star skill moves, and then bangs it into the top corner on his weak foot. Not bad. Next up, we have got passing. Now, his passing stats are not great. However, on this game, it doesn't really seem, when you're playing that far forward, that you need amazing passing stats. What you need to do are through balls and then just little 1-2s. So that is what I would advise if you're using Saint-Maximin, because if you are going to try and ping 40-yard lob through balls, you might be struggling because he doesn't have the best stats there. But in terms of short, intricate play, build-up play in an attack and everything like that, very clean player, and I thought that his passing was on point, especially his through balls. They were fantastic. Now, as I say, if you want him to play maybe further back as a centre attacking mid, or maybe a left mid or right mid in a 4-4-1-1, something like that, I think you may require a chem style to boost up his passing as well as his shooting, and that would get the best out of him. But as you can see in a lot of these clips, I got quite a few assists with the guy, and some of his through balls and passes that he created, even if I didn't get a goal from them, they were very, very nice. So even though his passing stats very low, I was actually pretty impressed with this card. And then we finish it off with dribbling. Now, I don't really need to say anything about the dribbling. You've seen it in the other clips, especially the goal, but let's just go over it once again. Incredible stats. He feels amazing. Incredibly clean, tight dribbling. His feet, the intricacy that you can do with the agile dribbling and everything like that is fantastic on this card. His agility and balance, great. So he doesn't lose control of the ball easily. He's really, really going to keep it tight to his feet, and it's amazing. He's obviously got 5-star skill moves as well. Now, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 for that because he was just nearly perfect. Reactions and composure are the only thing to knock him down. And then we move on to some alternative prices before we get into our final review and recommendations. So, these are some other players that you can use in his position. He is coming in at about 50,000 coins right now, 60,000 coins on Xbox. In terms of Premier League players, you have Felipe Anderson, who I don't have on here. You've got Pulisic, who is double 4-star. Now, he is nearly extinct at 15k, so that price may go up. And obviously, we are recording this during early access, so Saint-Maximin's price may very well come down once the game is released, and so he may be even more affordable. But when you're comparing to someone like Marcus Rashford, who is 150 to 200,000 coins, I know Rashford has slightly higher shooting and passing stats, but Saint-Maximin was smashing them in for me. So I don't know if you're really going to need that. Rashford may be a little bit more meta this year if headers turn out to be good, because he's a lot taller, whereas Saint-Maximin wouldn't be able to get on the end of balls that are in the air from crosses. But I wouldn't really be trying to utilize him like that. I'd be the guy putting in crosses with him, or just sprinting forward and scoring skill goals with him. So you've got Rashford, and I don't think he's worth 3 times the price of Saint-Maximin. And then Dembele, a little bit more expensive, obviously double 5-star in a different league, just as a comparison to Saint-Maximin. So decent value for what kind of player you are getting. Now we move on to the player review. So overall, you saw my ratings that I gave him throughout as we were going through each of the sections. Overall, I'm going to give him just over an 8 out of 10, and a couple of reasons why. His physical, at this stage of the year, we don't know how important it is. However, strength, aggression, height, and heading may become a bit more meta than they were last year. And so his physical was pretty poor, so I think that that's got to drag his rating down. His passing was good, but if you're going to play him further back than a left wing or a striker, then I feel you may need a chem style there. And so I'm going to give him just over an 8 out of 10. For value, he was fantastic. Honestly fantastic for that amount of coins at this stage in the game. And then pros and cons, we talked about these before, but he's got great pace and shooting. Passing, solid in that position. Dribbling, insane. Rapid player, although, again, he doesn't have a 5-star weak foot. His stamina's a little bit low. He does cost a little bit at this stage of the year, and he does require a chem style to make him as good as he can be. Now we move on to the final part of our review, and that is just some recommendations. I would highly recommend, if you're using him up front, a finisher chem style to get that plus 15 finishing, boost up his shot power and his attacking positioning. It also nearly maximizes his dribbling, which is fantastic as well. You could use other chemistry styles that boost up his passing if you are going to utilize him further back, maybe as a cam or as a left mid in a 4-4 something formation. I would advise potentially boosting up shooting as well as passing. But up front, finisher, perfect chem style for him. He was fantastic. And my recommendations for how you should play with him: make use of his incredible pace and his dribbling, because they are the best parts about this card. He's very, very agile. Again, he can play in multiple positions, so very versatile. You could even move him if you're making super subs. 1-2 passes with him, fantastic, because of how good he is at then just making a movement in behind the defence. You can shoot on either side because of his 4-star weak foot. Obviously, use him as much as possible in build-up play because his passing, dribbling, fantastic in tight areas. 5-star skill moves look like they're going to be pretty good this year, so I would make the most of those. If you aren't the best at skilling, maybe learn a couple of really important skill moves so that you can utilize how good and quick he is at them in this game. And then use power shots, as I said before. LT power shots, really good. A couple of strong links you can get to him. Pogba, Digne, if you're going to use like a 4-5-1. Martial, and then level 30 we've got that Lacazette card. So, if you did enjoy this first review, let me know by hitting the thumbs up down below, subscribing if you're new, leave any feedback in the comments section, but I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, goodbye.